Welcome to Joyful Money, the podcast for business owners who are ready to shift their money story, grow their business, and create real abundance from ease, flow, and alignment. I'm your host, Joy Roland, and I invite you to join me each week for a dose of inspiration, coaching, and teachings to help you reprogram your money mindset, create abundance on your terms, and grow your business in a way that's fully aligned for you. No more hustle, no more burnout, just powerful mindset shifts, grounded strategies, and a whole lot of joy. This is going to be so much fun. Let's dive in. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Joyful Money Podcast. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And thank you to every one of you who've left me a review. Thank you for commenting on Instagram, sending me a DM. All of these things actually make me so happy. And it's actually what fuels me to keep doing all of these videos because I hear all of these amazing feedback from you. If you haven't left me a review yet, please, after this episode, head on over to Apple Podcast and please leave me a review. It means the world to me and it gets the show in front of a lot more people. So today I want to talk to you about how you can start and build a successful business in 6 months. How you can start getting consistent income in your business in just 6 months. Now, I'm so fascinated by the number of people I talk to, the number of people that come and consult with me and who aren't making money in their businesses. In fact, last week I had someone come on a consult. She's been running her business for 2 years. She hasn't had one single paid client. She has multiple offers. She has a high ticket offer. She has a low ticket offer. She has a course. It's just a mess. Like when I looked at her business, it's a hot mess. And she hasn't signed any clients. To make matters worse, she has almost 100,000 followers on Instagram. Guys, 100,000 followers on Instagram. And of those people, not one person has bought any of her programs. And so I wanted to do this podcast to teach you how you can build a successful business in 6 months or less. So first of all, before I dive in, I just wanted to let you know that on May 6th, I'm hosting a live masterclass where I'm going to teach you how I have been able to make $25,000 last month with just 200 followers on Instagram. I know it sounds so crazy. When you compare that to somebody who has 100,000 followers and hasn't had one paid client. So on May 6th at 12 noon Eastern time, I'm going to be teaching a live masterclass and I'm going to tell you how you can convert your current followers to becoming clients. And trust me, you do not need more followers. Many people actually think that they're going to start making a lot more money if they could just have more followers. But nothing could be further from the truth. You just have to know how to convert your current followers into clients. There's a systematic way, and I'm going to teach you in that live masterclass. If you want to come to the masterclass live, go to my link in bio on any of my platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, anywhere. Click the link in bio and you're going to see the link to register for the live masterclass. And for those who attend live, I have a special bonus. And that special bonus is my actual Canva templates. Now, if you've seen my Instagram, you know I do amazing Canva graphics. So I'm going to give you all of my templates. I'm also going to give you my ChatGPT prompts so that you finally start to create content that speaks to your ideal clients. I am super thrilled for this masterclass. You can see how excited I am, right? Okay, so let's go into today's topic. Now, for this to work, for you to be able to build a successful business, the number one thing you need is an offer. What do I mean by an offer? An offer is something you bring into the marketplace that people are willing and able to pay for. Okay, I'm going to say that again. An offer is something you bring into the marketplace that your people are willing and able to pay for. What does that mean? If, let's say, you have an offer for high school students, right? It might be a compelling offer, but high school students might not be able to afford high ticket offers. So that's a sign for you to start thinking how you can craft your offer to be so compelling to a group of people who have the money to pay for your offer. Now, don't get me wrong, it is possible to sell an offer to high school students. Maybe you want to talk to their parents first and get their buy-in. Maybe you do two consults, one with the high school students and one with the parent. Maybe that's your offer. But if you want to scale fast and you want to build a successful business, I strongly encourage you to create an offer that a group of people are able to pay for. Now, another thing I want to add is you have to make sure that you don't have to do an education about your offer. What do I mean? If you have to educate your people about your offer and trying to convince them that they need your offer, that's a lot of work. You need to be able to have an offer that people know they need. For example, what do I mean by this? If you had an offer for, okay, two examples. One, someone who sells Tylenol or ibuprofen, something that helps with pain. Compare that with someone who sells vitamin K. I have no idea if there's even something called vitamin K, but you get the gist. If your offer is something you have to explain to people, for example, if you sell vitamin K supplements, I don't know why this makes me laugh all the time. If you sell vitamin K supplements, you have to educate the people. So let's say you want to sell to someone like me, you have to teach me what vitamin K is. And you have to convince me that I need vitamin K. So that's what I mean by you have to educate people first before you actually sell the offer. Now compare this with if you sell something that helps with toothache. Oh gosh. If you sell something that helps with toothache, do you need to educate people about having a remedy for toothache? No, right? If someone is in pain, they just want a solution and they will pay. Oh gosh, if you've ever had toothache, you know what this means. You would pay top dollar to get the pain to go away. So that's what I mean by your offer has to be compelling, it has to be irresistible, and you don't have to educate people that they need your offer. Now, many times people ask me, how do I create a compelling offer? Do I know what people will pay for? When I guide my clients through this process, I ask them, usually, what have you been through in your life where you came out as the hero? So, this is called the hero's journey. Deciding on the business to focus on, you have to think, what have I been that positions me in a way to serve my people? So, I'll give you an example. So, when I first started as I wanted to be a weight loss coach. That didn't work. Then I wanted to be a midlife coach. Well, I had my first client, and on the first consult, she goes, "Oh, you look too young to coach me." So that dented my confidence. In fact, I had a podcast called Joyful Midlife. Okay, so I took it seriously. Now, because she told me I didn't look old enough to coach on midlife issues, that just dented my confidence. And I started to think, what have I been through that I know I can teach people that people don't have to question my credentials? Okay, so by the way, I recently turned 40 and I told the lady, well, I'm gonna turn 40. So technically 40 is midlife, right? And then I've been through a divorce and I came out happy. So I feel like I knew how to teach women how to go through a happy divorce. I also went through depression. I had early menopause. So all of these things, I'm like, this positions me to teach people about midlife. So when she told me, oh my gosh, look too young, I'm like, okay, what can I teach people that no one will question my credentials? And then it occurred to me, I have overcome my money blocks, my money story. I've been able to rewrite my money story coming from a poor background as a sole immigrant at the age of 25 to build the life I have now. So I felt like I know how money works. I know how money energy works, and I can teach people how to make tons and tons of money. So, question for you. What have you been through in life that you can coach people on to help them through? For example, maybe you used to be very anxious. Maybe you used to have ADHD and somehow you found a way to overcome that limitation and now you feel like you can teach people. Another example I have seen people making money with online is someone who has an autistic child. So she is now a coach for parents with special needs children. Okay. Another example could be divorce. Maybe you've gone through divorce and you're now living happily ever after, and you feel like you can coach people through that process. There are tons and tons of things. Like maybe you know how to bake, right? I know people who make money teaching people how to do sourdough. Don't ask me, but just go online, you'll see. So there are tons and tons of things that you can make money with. Maybe you are a relatively new parent and you know how to help new parents sleep through the night. So you could be the sleep through the night coach. Any damn thing you've been through that you can help another human being with, you can start making money. So that's the first thing. Define your offer. You have to have a compelling offer. And this is why this is the number one thing I help my clients with when they join my program. Because if someone has been having an offer for 2 years and they haven't sold one offer, most likely they don't have a compelling offer. Okay, so that's the first step. Now, I want to challenge you in a loving way. And I promise you that the reason why you're not making money consistently right now in your business is because you're jumping from one strategy to the next. Imagine focusing on just one strategy or a set of strategies for the next 90 days and you're committed and you're doing it every single day. I promise you, you're going to start making tens of thousands of dollars in your business in no time. The reason why you are struggling is because one day you're trying Facebook ads, the other day you're doing Instagram reels, another day you are trying one magic strategy that someone talks about on TikTok. Jumping from one strategy to the other, which I call shiny object syndrome, buying a business course or buying this course, and in fact, you have so many logins, you can't even remember how many things you've bought you haven't logged into. The reason why you're struggling to have consistent 10K months is because you are jumping from one strategy to the other. And even if you are not jumping from one strategy to the other, you are not being consistent every single day. And this is why I am so passionate about what I do, because when people come into my program and I give them that accountability and I say, this is the roadmap, this is what you're doing every single day in your business. And we have a tracker that tracks all the income producing activities you need to take every single day. If you do that for 90 days, I can guarantee your success. This is why I am so passionate about this, because jumping from one strategy to the next is costing you thousands of dollars. Not only that, it's having a negative impact on your mental health. Imagine, because you have this business, it's not working out, you're not making money consistently, and that makes you doubt yourself. And you're like, is it time to pack up my business? So it's costing you so much when you're not making money consistently in your business. The other thing I see in so many people I talk to is they're not all in. Many people are just dabbling into business. They are not committed. Now, until you are all in, until you burn the bridges and decide and say, this business is going to be successful. It starts with a decision. You have to decide that you will be successful in your business. And when you decide, you burn all the bridges. There is no plan B, right? The people I see succeed are the people that are all in and have burnt the bridges. There is no going back. Those are the people that succeed. The reason why, one of the reasons why you're not making money consistently is because deep down at a subconscious level, you have a plan B. And because you have a plan B, you keep doubting yourself. When you keep doubting yourself, it affects your confidence. And when it affects your confidence, when you show up online, people can sense that. People can sense the resistance as you present your offer. So if you're not signing clients, I for sure know that you are not all in. You are not taking actions consistently, income producing actions. Now, when I say income producing actions, I'm going to lovingly say this. I'm not talking about Canva designs. I'm not talking about designing your website. I'm not talking about designing a logo. Those are not income producing activities. What are the income producing activities? Making offers, telling people what you do, telling human beings what you do, and making an offer to help them. That's the way you make money. And when you become so used to this, it becomes second nature. I remember when I started, I used to be so afraid to tell people I can help. Now I feel it's my obligation. In fact, when I sell now in my master classes, it doesn't feel like selling anymore. I feel like it's an obligation for me to tell people what I do because I know that my offer can transform their lives. That is where I want you to get to, my friend, where you are so convicted at a subconscious level that your offer can transform somebody's life. Last week, I was coaching someone, and she's a menopause coach. And she was kind of hesitant, and I could sense the resistance why she wasn't showing up confidently online. Like she has thousands of followers on Instagram, but she will do like all of these faceless reels. She wasn't showing up. So like when I started to coach her, I'm like, what's going on? Why aren't you showing up to make offers? And deep down, when we uncovered all of the money blocks, we saw that she didn't believe that our offer was valuable enough for people to pay thousands of dollars for. And so I sat down and I said, okay, let's actually do a deep dive. When someone is suffering from menopausal symptoms like brain fog and sleepless nights and hot flushes, like all of the things that come with menopause or perimenopause, describe their life to me. Like, if a woman is restless, the entire family is restless. She's not able to show up as the best mom. She's not able to show up as the best wife. She's not able to show up as the best employee. She's not able to show up as the best business owner. So I said, okay, so that's the before. Now, when someone works with you, what's their after like? Like, describe their life after. And she goes, oh gosh, now they're able to sleep better. There is no more brain fog. They are alive. They are losing the weight because when women are going through menopause, most times they struggle with weight gain. And so she described all of the transformation that this human being will have after going through her menopause program. And so I asked her, if a woman is whole after all of these symptoms, what do you think the monetary value is? If someone is able to show up better at work, do you think that person is more likely to get a promotion? She said yes. I said, okay. If someone has a better home life, how do you think that has an impact on their mental health? And she's like, oh, huge. And I said, now you see that your program is so valuable. You have to be able to tie it and tell your clients, your leads, what your program will offer them. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is gold. I say, yes, you have to believe from the inside that your program is good enough for people to pay thousands of dollars for. So those are the things I see keeping people stuck. Now, what's the strategy I teach to help my clients build a successful business in 6 months or less? So I mentioned the tracker, right? So we do income producing activities every single day to grow our business. Now, it depends on how much time you have to invest in your business. So I do my business full time. So I do my business like a full time job. Okay. Oh, here's the thing, I have to mention this. So many people wouldn't hire themselves in their business. So would you hire yourself as a CEO of your business? Like looking at the way you show up in your business, are you a good employee? If you were hiring for the CEO of your company, would you hire yourself? That's a question I want you to answer. I know this is feeling like tough love, but I feel like many people need this tough love to actually sit up to take the actions that will get them the results. Why am I so passionate about this? I know many coaches and consultants are quitting their businesses every single day because they are not making the amount of money they need to make it a viable business. And so my goal is to help you start making money as soon as possible so you stay in business as long as possible to help the people you're here on earth to help. So, for example, I cannot help the people you are meant to help. So let's say you're a weight loss coach. I'm a money coach. I'm a money and business coach. There is no way I can help the people you are meant to help. So if I can help you stay in business long enough so that you start making money consistently and then you decide to stay long term, right? So one of the questions I ask my clients is, are you willing to do this for another 25 years? Many people, like I said, are just dabbling in. They are not all in. I remember when I started my business, oh my gosh, I started my podcast, Joyful Money. I started branding myself from day one. I bought my URL. I was all in. Like there was no doubt. Like look at all the investments I did in my software. Gosh, when I see someone who isn't all in, I can tell. So this is a question to ask yourself and be very honest with yourself. Are you all in this business? Because it is that all in mentality that guarantees success. So I talked about the daily tracker for us to track the income producing activities so that you're not wasting your time designing logos. You can actually start signing clients without a website. Okay, so what strategy do I teach? The first strategy I teach is to run monthly masterclasses. I call it VIP workshops or masterclasses. Why? You have to get yourself in front of people. Like I am completely surprised by the number of people who have offers worth multiple thousands of dollars. Let's say $5,000, and they have never for once had a live training with their audience. So let me ask you, would you spend $5,000 on someone you haven't seen live on a video? The, how do you expect people to pay you when you've never taught a live class? So this is one of the things, the first thing we do is to start running monthly masterclasses. And this is where you come, invite your ideal audience to come experience what it will be like to work with you full time. So that's the first thing. We run monthly masterclasses. The second thing we do is we do podcast guesting. So this is where we leverage other people's audiences to get our offers out. Like super, super amazing. Because many times when you're starting out, you really don't have a huge audience. But when you leverage someone else's audience, like the audience is already built for you, and you just go as a guest and then you're interviewed and then you make an offer at the end. And typically the offer is if lead magnets. So I teach you how to create an irresistible lead magnet so that when you offer the lead magnet, people are so happy to join your email list. Now, I also teach you how to build the email sequence behind your lead magnets. In fact, I had a call with someone two weeks ago. She doesn't have an email sequence. So she delivers the lead magnet and that's it. But here's the thing. Many people aren't ready to buy right away. So you have to have a nurture sequence at the back end of your lead magnet so that you nurture people and nurture them from leads into clients. So that's one of the strategies we do as well. The third strategy I teach is affiliate program setup. So this is where you set up an affiliate program for your offer so that other people sell your offers for you. Like this strategy works like magic, right? So you could say, oh, I rely on word of mouth referrals. Well, when you reward people for referring clients to you, guess what? They're even more motivated to sell your offers for you. So I offer a 30% reward for any clients people refer to me. So for a 5K offer, I give $1,500 as a reward, which is amazing. So I help my clients set up the affiliate system and the affiliate program in the back end so that when people sign up as your affiliate, they are able to see all their links, they're able to see how many people they've referred, and they're able to see their payments. In fact, so many big businesses have been using affiliate programs for so long. Amazon is a good example. Many big companies know the value of an affiliate program, but many business owners, many solopreneurs, they're not even taking advantage of this. Okay, so you want other people to sell your offers for you. Okay, so those are the three main strategies I teach. And so this is why my clients get results, because I help them do this for 6 months. We focus on income producing activities for 6 months. And I tell you, this is what guarantees your success. So I hope you are encouraged. I hope you are inspired to start taking income producing activities in your business. I hope you are inspired to go all in so that you are no longer jumping from one shiny object to the other. Okay, let me know what's coming up for you. Okay, so head on over to my Instagram. Send me a message. What's landing for you? What are the takeaways you're taking from this episode today? What action items are you going to start taking this week so you can start getting results? If you want to take this to the next level, if you want me to be your coach, to keep you accountable so that you start making money consistently in your business, I would love to have a chat with you. This is what I do all day. It lights me up when I'm able to help people make money. In fact, the other day I was talking to my client, Christy. So Chrissy, I helped her to create an irresistible offer, and within 7 days, she signed a high ticket client via email. Okay, this person emailed her and said, "Tell me how much is your price." She told this person, she said, without even flinching. Before then, she would have told the person, "Oh, do you want to come on a consult so I can tell you?" She said she was so confident telling the person her price via email, and the person paid. Right? So that's the amazing shifts we make inside of my program. I help you with your money mindset, releasing all of those money blocks that keep you stuck so that you're not stuck on that is an income ceiling. Let's say you've been struggling to break your financial ceiling. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to help you build a successful business. I cannot wait. If you want to find out more, just send me a DM. There's also the link to book a consult. If you go to any of my socials, click on the link in bio. You're going to see the link to book a consult. I cannot wait to help you make 2025 your best year yet. I'm so excited for you. I'll see you back here on the next episode. Bye for now. Hey, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope today's episode gave you something powerful to add to your manifestation toolbox, something you can come back to in the future if you need a little extra motivation or alignment. And if you're ready to take this work deeper, I'd love to invite you to join me inside the Money Attraction Movement. This is my signature program where you won't just learn how to manifest, you'll start living it. You'll learn how to amplify your voice, attract premium clients, and create consistent income in a way that feels easy and aligned for you. Head on over to joyroland.com to learn more. I'll see you on the inside.